Uh, this is what the great God, Universal Allah, just said to me. I just had a random thing happen, but then just a random everyday thing just happened. Nothing important, but from that, the great God said, this is the timeline. This is just to the very elect, to the chosen. This is to the very elect, to the chosen. Chosen for what? Well, the same way that they had many beings were chosen by the negative polarity, nefarious, fear-based agenda beings. This is whom the great God refers to as spiritual wickedness in high places. They chose your influencers, your soul. They chose your so-called celebrities as universal disclosure that you, the 99%, are in fact stars. There is not, it's really, I'm talking about really, according to the great God, according to this, to even the old earth. The great God said, my people perish for their lack of knowledge. What you don't know will lessen your experience and its reality. And that's what the 1% on the left side took advantage of, you not knowing. You only knowing from the subconscious mind. They did not unify your heart and mind. They told you through movies. They told you through advertisements. They told you through so-called stars, aka celebrities. They told you through media. They told you through any public outlet or forum. Because I'm talking about legally, according to the great God, when the great God asked them commands, they give an account. They're gonna say, well, we told. They're gonna say we told the 99%. We told them through this movie. Told them what? We told them universal truth through this movie, through this advertisement, through this star, this so-called celebrity, through this public avenue platform, through this billboard, through any area of society. A universal disclosure was being made to the 99%. That was and is, it is a form of a karmic loophole. So you guys, the 99%, you guys are the fall guys for creating this mess on earth. The 1% on the left side, they did their job as rulers and principalities by merely telling you in some form or fashion. They took dominion on this earth in the past. And the way that they took the dominion is that they kept the universal knowledge from 99% of people on this earth. So if they told you consciously, if they taught you consciously all of the universal laws that you had to operate to be in alignment with the great God, Universal Allah, to be in alignment with the divine mind, because that is right in alignment with universal law of cause and effect. If you do A, B, and C, D is the outcome, or whatever it is. Every action has a reaction. That's the universal law of cause and effect. So these 1%, knowing that, they cannot connect your conscious mind with their subconscious programming you through what? Programming guiding you through signs and symbols. A universal truth hidden in plain sight. It's someone out there that has, because I was not allowed to watch any movies, and I wasn't really, it was some things that I got to watch when I was younger, but a large period, I was not allowed to see these things because they would desensitize me when I actually came into the knowledge and awareness of universal law operating within me. Naturally, meaning it was not taught to I. It wasn't taught to me. It was taught from the great God, universal Allah, exposing me to it. But then again, the 99%, the only way that they were exposed to it was subconsciously. Was the mind that it lies dormant. The information lies dormant in that mind that they told you. So they would show you a symbol, they would show you a sign, they would show you universal truth hidden in plain sight, and it was up to the great God, universal Allah, to give the increase. That's like the person that's like, they know all of the secrets of the universe, and they're like, you know what, I'm not telling these people, because if I tell these people, they will be rich. I'm talking about in fiat money as well. That's the instrument used here. So if we were to tell them universal law, universal truth, they would actually have the opportunity to be rich, because that is alignment with the divine mind. And they would be able to rule over themselves. They would be able to be free. They may not even need fiat money, because they may figure out, look, I'm about to go and work for the 1%, work for one of their corporations or businesses, right? I'm about to build their empire and make them rich, when I can just go on a piece of land, build everything from the earth, plant a few trees and plants. Maybe I can work for 5 years and save up to live off of the land. They know, if you came into the knowledge and awareness of universal law, that you are already abundance. You are already rich. The great God said, I know thou trial and tribulation, my child, that thou art poor, but thou art rich. The great God already told us that we're rich. Why? Because we had every opportunity to use our melanin, our life force energy. We had every opportunity to use it in full effect, instead of give 99% of it away to the 1% that had dominion on the earth. Why? Well, count how many hours you worked in Satan's world. How many hours from your life did you give your life force energy to build Satan's world that's now falling away? It's already falling away. That's why we're seeing so many businesses being shut down permanently, and we're seeing the liquidation of the corpse. And the world governments are involved in this. So again, how many hours did you give to Satan's kingdom? If you could do like some type of inventory, I would have to do that inventory too. I spent quite a lot of time working in this place. I even went through different college, trade schools, and all of that. So every particle of my time, or the divinely connected to I, vessel consciousness and reality, multidimensional. So this includes my ancestors. A lot of my ancestors built these railroads up and built these infrastructures only for them to be ousted out, tricked stolen from Federal Reserve. Give us your gold. Give us your gold, indigenous people. Give us your gold, ancestors. We're going to build your world up. You loan us the gold and we'll build it up and we'll work together. And it did not happen. They tricked our ancestors. They took the gold. The Federal Reserve took our gold, the people's gold, and then built the infrastructures up, and boom, where are we? Most of my nation is in the ghetto with access to no abundance whatsoever. They don't even have the opportunity to go on these beach cities. They'll be persecuted and chased out. Or the worst is the silent hatred or persecution. It's like the movie Get Out. And that's how we've been treated here. Although we were supposed to be under these treaties, have these treaties with the European. They weren't treaties. They were tricksters to us. So I call in the name of the great God, Bismillah, I call in a divine court hearing, divine transfer, and divine order restored for the divinely connected to the great God, universal Allah, multi-dimensionally, that were tricked out of their vital life force energy and their time, in the form of their time spent building for another, instead of building the Noah's Ark within, that is going to save you from the calamity that's coming. And I'm not talking about the physical calamity, because that's very, very, very relatively short time. The destruction phase, or the great tribulation, that's where